Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just wanted to share kind of how I rarely drink alcohol now. And to give you a little background, I'm a 47-year-old dad with two kids in college. And here's my history with alcohol. I've always been a social drinker. Beer was my choice. Drank often during my 20s, 30s, and even into my 40s. I guess last year I would drink on average like 5, 6 beers a week. Had a few beers on the weekend and then a few during the week just to hold me over, especially during the work week. I was just thinking back, last time I was really blackout drunk was in 2017. My girlfriend at the time, we went to a friend's place. I think this was on definitely during the summer on a Friday evening after the work week. And, had some hard liquor and beer. I was blacked out by 9. Started early, finished early, literally. And so I blacked out at 9 and made a mess of my ex-girlfriend's place. I woke up the next morning with a huge hangover. Hangover that required all day to recover. I couldn't even pick up my kids at the time that morning, and I felt so guilty. I picked up my kids later that day, but I still wasn't 100%. I was not good to go. And to this day, it still sticks with me. I felt terrible. And then as we fast forward, I remember in 2018, I went drinking with a buddy of mine. We went to a show. A band was performing. I didn't have that many drinks, but my buddy had a lot of drinks. He was fucking drunk. He was blacked out. He even pissed his pants. I remember this. He was in the lobby of his apartment complex, and he literally just started pissing his pants. So I guess the moral of the story is just nothing good happens when you drink, even if it's just a little bit. Even when I was drinking like 5, 6 beers per week, I wasn't sleeping well. Didn't think too much about it, but it really affected me overall. And one factor is, for my reasoning of not drinking as much, is two of my closest friends don't drink. One I've known since kindergarten. He's had maybe 5 drinks in his lifetime. And the other friend I've known since 7. He's been sober since for 3 years now. And we talked about it. I asked him, what really changed? What was the catalyst? And, he's always had a beer in his hand. Let's say that since I've known him, in our 20s, 30s, and 40s. And he was saying the one thing that really changed was he attended his college friend's funeral. I think it really woke him up. He said that, his college buddy had a drinking problem, which really affected him health-wise, and it affected his family, and his time with his kids as well. And, I think it was a really sobering moment for him, for my buddy, that, to attend that funeral and see his buddy, just fall apart. And I think that's what really turned it around for him and the reason why he's 3 years sober. At the end of, 2022, I had to change my mindset. Alcohol really wasn't benefiting me at the end of the day. And so I decided to kind of phase out approach to alcohol. I implemented, starting in 2023, try to minimize it and having drinks 3 days out of the month. It's not a lot, but I thought, I could do that and see where it goes. And I started doing it, and I maintained it, through March of 2023. And then I realized, I didn't need a drink. I didn't miss it. Didn't quench any of my thirsts or anything like that. And then so in April, I did have one drink. It was at a comedy show. And then my next drink was on July 14th. I never enjoyed the beer. I ordered it at a restaurant, and I never really enjoyed it. I kind of had to force myself to drink it since I ordered it. But it really didn't satisfy any cravings. It also helps that my girlfriend doesn't drink. But, even without that, I think it just, I just have no cravings for alcohol. To this day in August 2023, I don't really miss it. I think the only challenge will be, at social gatherings. It might be a challenge. I got a big social gathering coming up in September. I think I kind of have to get comfortable with having a mocktail or a non-alcoholic beer, just to, blend in with the crowd. Like I said, I do have the fear of social settings and being the only one not having a drink. But, talking to my buddy who's been 3 years sober, almost 3 years sober, we don't really notice what others drink. I think it's just that fear, just being the odd man out, having, the spotlight on you for not having a drink. I think I just need to overcome that fear, and, it shouldn't be a problem from there. And again, I'm just trying to build and create this habit. And I think minimizing alcohol will be around for a while, at least in my life. And just kind of listening and talking to my buddy, he drinks a lot of non-alcoholic beer. Athletic Brewing is one brand that I did a little researching, and it seems like, they have different varieties of beer, and I've tasted a few of them, and, they're really good. I think they definitely taste like a beer without the alcohol. So I think that'll be an option, at future gatherings that I start dabbling into, athletic brewing. But overall, I drink water 95% of the time. I do drink, Prime hydration drinks, after my workouts, maybe a half bottle after each workout. And that's pretty much it for the most part that I do. I know I'm going to have a beer down the road. I do know that. But minimizing drinking alcohol has its benefits. And, I feel great. I don't think I'll ever stop drinking alcohol, but I can definitely minimize it. And, we'll see how it goes. I'll kind of keep you updated on a future video. But so far, the benefits that I've seen with minimizing alcohol is definitely cheaper. Going out, alcohol is very expensive. Getting a pint or a pitcher of beer, and usually when you go out, you just don't have one drink, right? Usually you have multiple drinks. So, cost savings is definitely a plus on that. Doing a deep dive, on YouTube, alcohol has no benefits. I saw a fantastic video on Dr. Andrew Huberman. It may have causation to dementia. Science always evolves and changes, but today's science really doesn't have any positive benefits on alcohol. And I sleep better. One thing, I've noticed is that I go to sleep quicker and I stay asleep throughout the night, which really makes me feel great in the morning versus waking up a few times in the middle of the night to go pee or not sleeping well. So yeah, definitely my sleep habits have gotten a lot better. And lastly, I do believe I'm more at peace. I'm a lot more calm. I'm a lot more cool. I'm a lot more collective without alcohol in my life. I don't know how much of a change that is, but for me, I do feel I'm definitely more at peace. That's all I got. Tell me your thoughts. Leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel. Again, these are my perspectives and views. I'm not a certified professional. I'm just a dad. Well, kids, that's all I got. Stay safe, stay positive, and be happy. Love you, Dad.